Hey, boss, I got a new idea.
What?
High School Musical.
No.
Okay. Hey, what department is this?
Janitorial.
You in charge here?
Yes.
All right, that's all I need to hear. So here's what I'm thinking. High School Musical. Low budget, big hit, perfect combo. Let's make a sequel to it, High School Musical 2.
Already been made.
Okay, that was my idea. I did that. I made millions. So, let's take something off of that. Let's move it from the small screen to the big screen, High School Musical 3.
Already been made.
Okay, before I talk anymore, did we do number 4?
No.
Super! High School Musical 4, college years. They're going off, they're being independent, and they are going to make...
Lost most of the cast.
Okay, not a problem. We will just make it a story about an individual rather than everyone else. Alright, so Zac Efron, he is...
Moved on.
Alright, not a problem. Vanessa Hudgens has gone ahead...
Come out as a slut.
Okay, didn't expect that one. Ashley Tisdale...
Yes.
Okay, so Sharpay, she moves into the Big Apple, she tries to make it on Broadway. At first she fails, but then she succeeds because happy ending, yay! Are you qualified to do this?
Do you care?
About what?
Okay, what's the budget?
Here's the selling point. It'll only cost a low price of $100 million.
No.
Okay, 75.
No.
30.
No.
25.
Half that.
Okay, but only if you throw in crack and hookers.
Sluts and men.
Fuck yeah, you won't regret this, Mr. Janitor. We're gonna do great things with High School Musical. Gonna turn it on its head and wrap it up the ass. Yeah! This is getting very disturbing.
Very. I'm Matt Rowe.
David Short.
Zach Eshel.
Watched a movie today.
Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure.
You're welcome.
Fuck you. Fuck you, you son of a bitch. It was David's turn to pick the movie.
I liked it. No, I didn't.
He's getting revenge on me for Bad Kids Go to Hell.
And Zach happened to show up, and God knows he deserved it for some reason.
Oh yeah, I did.
Just because.
Just cause.
Yeah.
This is how this works.
Yeah.
All right, so...
You read existentialist literature early in the day, and you watch a High School Musical knockoff.
Well,
No, not knockoff.
It's a good way to end the evening.
Spin-off.
It's a good way to end the evening at midnight.
All right, so...
I don't know which one made me feel worse.
High School Musical was High School Musical. If you don't know about it, good for you. Don't look it up.
Poor Kenny Ortega.
High School Musical then spawned High School Musical 2, which then
whore.
spawned High School Musical 3, which then spawned Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure in Broadway, which is not part of it. But it wasn't good.
Because you should make the most unsympathetic character your lead.
Yeah.
Just because you're trying to make a satire doesn't mean you still can't... You still should not make your characters relatable in some way. There needs to be some type of connectivity with the character and the audience in order to make any of this shit endearing. This is Disney! Fuck these guys! They do not know anything about human interaction!
Yo, can I take the plot real quick?
Yes!
Cool.
All
right.
Break it down.
All right, so here we go.
Throw down a backbeat.
1 minute for plot. Go. So, where to begin? Sharpay has done nothing since graduating high school, and now she's got plans to move to Broadway because a casting agent said, "We want you." But it turns out they only really wanted her dog to be in a play. So then she hatches this plan to become a big star, to become the dog's entourage, because it's a thing. So, then there's this rival dog who's also trying to get into this Broadway play, and that owner is a dick, but the dogs love each other. And then the main starlet in the Broadway play is a just total diva and hates the dogs for stealing the limelight. So they're trying to fight all that. Meanwhile, there's a romance and like 4 pop songs, and it's a musical kinda, and
It's not a musical. If you have...
Hold up. And it all ends with semi-happy ending where Sharpay wins the big role.
And learns nothing. Learns nothing.
Okay.
Even Disney films usually have some cheap moral thrown into it. This movie, the character doesn't change at all. There's no moral whatsoever. It's just about another rich cunt getting what she wants.
The moral of the story is, if you're not the biggest bitch, you'll be alright.
Yeah.
That's the moral.
If you don't hate dogs.
There you go. If you hate dogs...
Fuck you. Fuck you if you hate dogs.
Okay. Okay.
What do we want to talk about?
Alright, let's just start writing.
Writing?
Writing.
Okay.
Was there a script?
Yes.
Yes, there was.
Was there a good script?
Mild lines every once in a while.
There was a few chuckles from us at different parts.
I would actually argue, somewhere along the line, I'm sure during the rewriting process, one writer unleashed a lot of venom against a lot of people. And it was funny. And a lot of that made it through. I was actually surprised at how much I laughed at this film. However, those few moments, hey, I'll give you credit where credit is due. It's there. I laughed. And I'm not an honest critic unless I bring that up. But the thing is, the rest of it is so trite and detestable that, I'm done.
Every character has their jokes, some more than others. For instance, there's the director and writer of the Broadway play.
They're hysterical.
They are basically your stereotypical like gay couple. They won't come out and say it because Disney.
I mean, you can also, even if it wasn't that suggestive toward that type of a demographic, you could still say that it's making fun of theater people.
Yeah. Because
they're so ungodly melodramatic.
Well, when they're making fun of people, like for example, in the opening sequence, when they're making fun of her and her family.
Yeah.
Those scenes are actually pretty well done. Not
they
really
got on my
well
nerves.
done. Mind you, I'm saying I'm grading on a curve here.
They got on my fucking nerves.
But it was annoying. Not annoying, but it was satirizing them. Now, had it maintained that contemptuous tone throughout, I would have agreed with it. The thing is, the essential problem with this is she does not redeem herself in any way. She does not change herself as a character. She does not learn herself as a lesson. Therefore, the forced happy ending is exactly forced. But it has moments.
True.
That we're getting into final feelings about
but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I think you are giving this film
way too much credit.
you are viewing.
This is Sharpay's fabulous adventure. I think they're being serious.
You just said you grade this on a curve. You have to keep in mind two things. First off, you've seen terrible films. We've seen terrible films. Yeah. We can't compare to those terrible films. We have to try to view it on its own. That being said, Sandy Hook. But
I still need to see that.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
The second thing
you do not need to see that.
The demographic that they're going to. I know demographic is the hard thing because the film should be able to work for any age. But the demographic they're going to is preteen to earlier. Usually teens, not afterwards. But preteen to earlier. A satire is just going to right over them. They see that and they're going to hit as fact, as the actual face value. Okay. So, if the character is
Disney is fucking with our children again, except they're not fucking with their emotions, they're fucking with their social norms.
Oh, God.
Because I remember when I grew up, we watched The Lion King. We saw depressing shit that fucked up us royally, man.
Well, this generation has Pixar.
Sure.
Let's talk. If you have to compare, to the trash of our generation.
Well, we can't.
We should do an entire spot on that.
On part 1 out of 45, we'll discuss
discuss what exactly.
All right. Well, let's move into characters. Characters. The characters overall. Let's start with Sharpay. She's a bitch.
She's a cunt.
She hasn't learned a goddamn thing.
I'm sorry. This exactly. If you've seen my review at Benji's, I talk about The Odd Life of Timothy Green, and I saw that movie with David, and I just, the first word that came to my mind of all those characters, the same way it is in this movie, they're all cunts. They're all cunts. They're just cunty cunts. They're just cunty people.
I can't comment on this.
Well, no. Okay, you don't. Okay. Well,
not on The Odd Life of Timothy Green.
Not on Timothy Green. But for this, me and Zach disagree.
Assholes.
Not all the characters are totally unlikable.
No. I mean, you have some of the minor characters, obviously. Mm-hmm. The film student. No.
We're still at Sharpay. You just said the word cunt 45 times, and that's my thing.
That is her.
Sharpay, what did you think?
Okay.
Main character.
A horrible human being.
Okay.
A terrible thing to aspire to. Nothing redeemable. But, and I wish, I'm not saying this about the actress. In fact, I've heard that she's gone on to do better things. Apparently, for all you Phineas and Ferb fans out there, she is the big sister on that show, so I wish nothing but well for her. But for this, it's I'm sure she was as eager to get out of it as I was for the film to be
I'm
over.
not so sure. I'm pretty sure everybody else has gotten out of their Disney contracts like at least 3-4 years ago from her age group. I'm pretty sure she's probably renewed it at some point.
Well, for being
Money.
Yeah, but we're going to...
Yeah,
It's money.
Yeah, so
Overall,
I'd say
I
Sharpay.
understand that.
Just a bitch. There is a kid who is the rival dog owner. He is from a show called Wizards of Waverly Place, if you watch Disney Channel. What did you think of that? Little bitch?
It's a little bitch.
I'd say a preppy snob.
Yeah. He's the kid who's just like... He's that kid that you knew from school who's just like, oh, yeah, my dad already got me that toy.
He reminds me of the preps from the video game Bully. They're like these overly cartoonish characters.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, like these characters don't seem real. They look like the white stereotypes in the Boondocks.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is how that show and that comic strip and whatnot would portray white people. It's hysterical. It should have been made in animation. Then I would have found it hilarious.
And lastly, there's also the main starlet. She's just a bitch. Can we agree on that? She's just a fucking
She
bitch.
is.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the classic.
No
actually,
redeeming features.
It's an HBO formula, actually. If you want to make your villain look good, bring in an even worse villain, and that villain isn't that bad, except for this is Disney, and that doesn't work here.
She's introduced as the villain literally by yelling at puppies.
Yeah.
Literally.
She locks herself in a room and she's like, talks down the dogs.
Listen,
she talks at the dogs like she's like, you're not going to ruin this for me. This play's about me. I'm like, this is a role of a lifetime. No, it's not.
No one...
This seems like a very low-brow, low-budget production for Broadway.
Cartoon characters would look at this and say, whoa, you're taking this
Hold
too
on.
far.
Whoa. You went full retard.
But the last one I really wanted to bring up was the love interest.
The
boy who films everything.
I'm going to make a film, and you're going to be in...
I'm a film student. I wear a scarf.
I shoot everything from the hip and handheld with natural lighting because I want it real.
With a $3,000 camera. I don't even bother to focus. I bet I use autofocus and auto iris.
All right.
Fucker.
Because we have film backgrounds, we're commenting along that. As a character,
it is totally the stereotype of a New York film student.
Oh no! First of all, he is so privileged.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
He's every film student I've hated.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, it's all about the art and about expressing yourself, even though he's selling out and he's a total pushover. Yeah. And
I know plenty of people like that.
And most of all, he has no reason to like this girl. None whatsoever.
Yeah. She's a piece of ass. That's exactly why. You can see it in his face the whole time. He's being nice to her because he wants in her.
Oh,
the one thing that I actually saw that affected you guys was it was like, look, if we make this film and it's good, my teacher will recommend it, it'll get a buzz, and then it'll enter the film festival, then it'll get an Oscar.
Do you remember that movie that you showed me?
I
don't want to make films. Films are boring. I want to make kick-ass movies. Like, that's what it reminded me of. Succubus, yeah.
Well,
that's what it reminded me of. Like, these stupid fucking film students.
That kid was honest in his mercenary
roles. But
this
still.
dude's pretending to be arty.
This dude comes up and he's at the very end. He's like, wait, everyone. Sharpay knows all the lines.
And
she can save the day.
And you know what? He shoots it like a music video.
He does.
He's the Deus Ex Machina is what he is.
He is the Deus Ex.
He also saved the dogs. He saved the dogs too. He's like, I found these 2 dogs that you want.
They were at your house.
Every time there's a problem, he fixes it.
I seriously think
you're lost on the streets? I just happen to have another apartment next to mine.
Well,
a nice apartment too that's a roach hotel, but whatever.
It doesn't look like a roach hotel to me.
It was a roach.
There's no roaches.
That looks like at least a $200,000 a year.
It was a nice place for a student.
It's in New York. It's in the middle of Manhattan. It's expensive as shit.
Okay, so that's all for really characters, unless you guys have any particular people you wanted to talk about at all. No? Okay.
That guy with goatee.
That guy. I knew
that guy with goatee.
What's from?
Okay,
he's got this neck fat.
We rooting for him.
And he shaves his goatee in such there's a stripe of hair down the neck fat.
He's the guy who's been like on way too many like Broadway things that he just everyone who feels like they're full of themselves because it's a big Broadway thing, he's seen them before, so he's like, yeah, it's hilarious. Look, I need you to do this. But then the other
The
person...
supporting characters in general are actually pretty good.
The other person I really wanted to...
They're the ones the movie should have been made about.
You're hot. The radio
Yeah,
tech.
that's what I was
The radio tech.
He walks in, the girl comes up, Sharpay, and she's like, look, I need this done and this done and this done. And she's like, you're hot. She's like, excuse me? You're hot. I know the lights really bring out my complexion.
But that's so insensitive.
Yeah, but that's... No, the microphone. When it's on, it's hot.
Yeah.
Everyone can hear you. So you might have wanted to mention that to begin with, and then she left. And then he's just in there, you're hot. And it's like, that was a genuine moment.
I personally think that was probably come up with by the actor. To be honest, actually, I give that more credit to ad-libbing than the actual movie.
I would think that it's something that happened on set during filming.
Yeah.
And then they just carried it over.
Yeah, I mean, that happens with a lot of movies. And when actually, that was like the whole scene with Joe Pesci and Goodfellas was ad-libbed.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so that's all for
What does
characters.
that tell you about Joe Pesci? Anyway, okay, go ahead.
So good! That's why you got his Oscar.
Okay,
And we got, let's go on to, because it's going to take up a big chunk of time, music. In a musical.
Alright, this movie's supposed to be taking place on Broadway. And this movie, alright. Now, I can understand the beginning of the movies being poppy songs, but if it's supposed to be on Broadway, no Broadway musical would sound like this. None.
It's basically... Okay.
This is ridiculous.
It's not... I want to cover real quick the amount of music. This is a musical. All right, if you were to go back to the original...
I don't mind musicals with a little bit of music.
But I'm saying, if you go back to the original High School Musical, in fact, any of them, I'm pretty sure. I mean,
There's
I think they had, like,
5
on average,
times this.
15 to 20 songs.
Yeah.
This one, we counted, not counting montage scenes, which were just somebody singing, and it happened.
Someone covered Justin Bieber.
Yeah. They sung a total of 5 times. 5 times in this entire movie. 2 of which were a duplicate of each other, just sort of like an amped up version.
Yes.
That's it.
Remix.
So really 4 songs, an hour and 30 minutes.
4 songs and a reprise. That's all.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not a good.
That's not a musical. That's not a good bang for your buck.
This is $10 million.
We can't afford songs.
This was $10 million. This is $10 million. Let's get it. My God, this movie is so how in the world? Where did they spend the money? Where did they spend the money on this shit?
Trainers.
The dog trainers. The dogs were actually the most impressive part of the movie, and you know what? That's not even saying much. I've seen better.
But yeah, as for the music itself, like he said, it was poppy. It was just like
I was expecting that.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what you expect.
My hopes weren't high.
I wasn't expecting a huge Broadway number.
I can't just I don't imagine good Disney music anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, The Princess and the Frog wasn't even all that great. It had maybe 2 good songs.
I've heard 1 song.
It was the Shadow Man song, which was the best one.
I've got friends on the other side.
That's the best one. That was awesome.
Because it's Keith David, that's why.
It's Keith David because he's fucking awesome.
This movie would have been awesome if Keith David would have walked in today.
They're trying to remake Spawn, the show, with Keith David as Spawn. And Mark Hamill as Joe.
I personally... Okay, sorry. Never mind. I don't think that's a good idea.
Now. Alright, so yeah, that was the music. Like we said, they played Justin Bieber, but it was a different guy singing it. It was the brother from the original High School Musical movies.
Which he makes a cameo over the credits.
Do you remember all those wonderful things you did? Everybody else is great, too. Isn't that great that you're great and we're all great? Yes.
Great.
Yeah, we're great. That's why we're in
again.
Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure, because we're both doing great in our careers.
Okay, so...
White people with problems.
White people. First world white people problems.
Yeah. No, 1%.
Yeah.
White people, first world problems.
Alright, so I think after music, there's only really the smaller things. So let's go, I guess... Cinematography. Let's go with that. It's a Disney film. The Disney straight to DVD.
The production is there, obviously. Yeah. They spent the
spent
minimum number. They spent the 10. I mean, and in terms of a Disney production, that's not a hell of a lot.
I think it's.
But it's not nothing either.
No, it's not nothing. It's definitely not nothing.
But
with Disney, especially if it's off of a character, off of like the bitchy character off of the original High School Musical movies. I mean, like, that has to be pretty down on the list.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they probably did ask other actors if they wanted to have an offshoot movie.
I guarantee you they wanted to do college years.
They probably
guarantee
did. They probably did.
But then Zac Efron
College School Musical.
becoming something.
Yeah.
College School.
College School Musical.
College School.
Grad
College
School.
School. Grad School. Grad School Musical.
That's the one.
They'll wait 10 years and they'll bring it back and be like, Say Elmo's Fire. You know, just like, it's the weird remake. I mean, the weird sequel.
All right. But we're not talking about cinematography. Well, cinematography's bland. That's all I have to say.
Standard.
It's serviceable. Not bland. Serviceable.
It's another standard movie. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect from this type of film.
There was one shot where he was showing off Sharpay's skills to everyone, and we were watching on our laptop. And so he set down his laptop and was showing Sharpay's skills. And they had a slow zoom in
on
their laptop. So we were like, oh my god.
We're watching a laptop on a laptop.
No, we were watching a video of a picture of a laptop showing a video on a laptop.
If you can follow that.
Yeah, like the thing is that push in with the laptop, it was not legit. That was literally just a photoshopped image. Cheap as shit. Where did the money go?
Okay, directing?
Was there?
There was. He was listed. I saw him.
He was listed. Don't mean shit.
It wasn't. Kenny Ortega did directing on High School Musicals.
Yeah.
This was not Kenny Ortega.
Yes.
Kenny Ortega is a legitimately decent director. He did Hocus Pocus, and he also did the This Is It Michael Jackson documentary. He's a choreographer, so that's one of the reasons why the dance sequences in the original ones...
They didn't dance in this, at all.
As stupid as the High School Musical movies are, they're well choreographed.
I mean, they are what they claim to be. They're musicals.
Yeah. Exactly. They're just stupid musicals. But then again, I'm not partial to musicals in the first place. But
this is why I picked it.
Fuck you!
The direction was again bland and serviceable. It wasn't a crime against cinema.
Yeah. All these people were here for a paycheck.
Yeah.
All these people were here for a paycheck.
You wouldn't have seen the director go up to Ashley Tisdale and say, "Look, here is what you need to do. This is a very complex scene. You need
to understand. You need to understand the character and where exactly.
No. This is what it is. Like, hey, Ashley, you got it?
Got it? You got the image?
Cool.
Good. Move on.
I wouldn't.
Move on. We got to get this done in 3 days.
No, they probably had a month.
I know, but they're in the middle of production in this hypothetical scenario.
They're 27 days.
Okay. Do we have 3 good takes? Okay, that's the shot. There we go.
Are they all clear? None of them blurry? All right, sound record. All right, let's Let's move on.
Are they clear? None of them blurry? Oh, one of them is. Whatever.
Whatever. Are the other 2 serviceable? All right, good.
Super.
Let's go.
Moving on.
It's literally just someone who was like, he was first offered the job working at this movie. He's like, I've read the script. This is the worst fucking thing I've ever read in my life. And then all of a sudden, I noticed that it was Disney and it was dealing cash. Cash. And the total horror in me comes out.
Okay.
It's like Don Edmonds with the Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS. It's like you just go with it.
Does anybody have anything else they want to add before final thoughts? Like, subject-wise?
It's a harmless movie because it's too stupid to have an impact.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not like... I've seen people, like, react to things like fucking I forget... Britney Spears' little sister.
Oh.
The show that
Jamie
she had.
Lynn Spears, Zoe 101.
Yeah, like, that actually had a weird impact on teenagers. It had a weird impact on teenagers and whatnot. That became an aspiration for a bunch of the kids in the neighborhood that I knew, which was really fucked up.
Sounds like
this would not have any type of an impact in that regard. People would just fucking forget. Like, they wouldn't... This movie is...
They'd go back, watch the original High School Musical, and say, I want to be pretty and successful like those other 2. And then...
Now there's this cunt in the corner.
There's this one trying to steal the boyfriend.
That succeeds on Broadway. Like, she doesn't learn anything. Nothing changes for her. Yeah. She doesn't have the struggle. She all of a sudden has enough money to redo the entire apartment. Like,
no. That's not even that. I mean, I'm assuming she's getting money. Like, her parents are just funding her month.
Yeah, like, that's not making it in New York.
No.
Man, my sister would kick this girl's ass. Yes!
Here's the major thing about it.
Sister was an actress.
We opened it up
Is.
In New York.
We opened up the
In New
movie, and it was Ashley Tisdale's character, Sharpay. She was like, "I know, I'm pretty much the shit," and it ended with, "I have a Broadway show. I'm the shit."
This thing said, "I'm pretty much the shit," and it went to, "I am the shit."
I mean, if they were to just phone in a modesty moral, it would have been like,
I learned that I had to work really hard and accept the help of my friends to be the shit.
Okay, whatever, Ashley, moving on.
But that would be better.
Yeah.
I mean...
But now they haven't...
It would be something.
But now she's learned the value of, like, friendship, but she's still the shit. She's like, guys, listen, I really...
I don't think she learned the value of friendship.
Well, she at least gave that kid a hug. That's about it.
Oh.
I allowed you to touch me, therefore we are BFFs.
Anyway, I don't know.
And she's banging the guy, so
Okay.
there you go. Alright, final thoughts. Matt, starter.
Final thoughts with me is simply that it's a forgettable movie. You gain nothing, and you really lose nothing by watching it. It's an annoying film for me. It's really fucking stupid. And when it comes down to satirizing in a cartoonish ways, this type of lifestyle, there's definitely better movies out there. Trading Places was a great type of spoof on this type of upper crust type deal when it came down to the social classes. But that's just it with me. David?
Oh, no, Zach next.
Okay, fine, Zach next.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
David has the last word.
I don't recommend it. It's not the worst thing you could watch. Again, I got some unexpected laughs out of it, and I'll take that. I will give credit where it's due. But at the same time, it's not worth your time either. It's not worth seeking out. And I just recommend skipping it in general. And yeah, there's really not that much to say. It's not so atrocious that you can talk about it or even enjoy how atrocious it is. It's just with some chuckles.
It's not Creature.
Okay. Sorry about that. Little bit of a blip. My final thoughts. So, like I said, it's not the worst thing we've ever seen. I don't know. It doesn't have any bad morals. It isn't a truly awful film. I mean, it's got its bad moments for sure, but it's there. It's something that's just going to kind of be passed over on your Netflix queue. And, yeah, I mean, it's, in the way of recommendations, young kids, maybe. But besides that, you're not going to like it. So, yeah, that's it. But, I did manage to decipher the moral to this story. I did. It was, well, actually, better way of telling it. When it's time to say goodnight and... Okay, alright, and a dog.
All the bad boys want some more, it's tricky. And girls enjoy, they feel so lucky. Loving is quits running out that door.